Hello!
Hello, everyone.
We've got a big crew here tonight. Woo, woo, woo. Welcome to the Eurovision Hub Hangout. We're going to go around and quickly introduce ourselves. I'm Louise from Ireland.
I'm Matt from the UK.
Sandra from Macedonia.
Emil from Azerbaijan.
Okay, sorry. You go again. You go again, please.
Okay, Emil from Azerbaijan.
And Stefan from Serbia.
From where was I?
Where am I? Who am I? Where am I from? Hello to everybody in the chat. Let us know where you're from. Let us know what Big Six country you enjoyed today, because that is who we are here to discuss. We have digested their rehearsals. We have digested their press conferences, and we are very excited to get into them. So let's get straight into them. Starting off the day, we had a lovely rehearsal from Germany, and we had Jendrik, who apparently does not feel hate. Would any of you like to start? How did you feel about Germany's second rehearsal? What did you think, Matt?
Yeah, do you know what? The staging is nice.
I love how you think for a second and yeah, you know what?
But yeah, there's some nice bits in it. It's colourful, it's bright, it's fun. Yeah, it's the staging's nice. The song is still the song, and I don't like the song, but it's fun, it's colourful, it's energetic, and you could just tell that they are having a great time on stage, which is it comes off on you when you're watching it. They're having fun. Yeah, I'm gonna end it there.
By the way,
can you guys hear double?
I was just gonna say, is there an echo coming from?
I can hear an echo too.
Let me put my headphones in.
I think headphones needs to be.
That could be it. That could be it. Okay, we'll try trial and error echo and see if it gets better. Okay. Germany. Anybody else have any thoughts on the German rehearsal? Okay, we'll try.
Yeah,
I think someone has another link opened with the same live stream or YouTube.
It feels like that. Yeah, it's not me. I swear.
Not me.
Maybe I should put some earphones too. Okay.
Yeah. See if that helps. Hello, chat.
Okay, you can talk about Germany while I'm away. Don't worry.
Anyone else got anything to say?
I'm gonna hear constant echo.
Germany, I think, achieves what it sets out to do. There's a lot of color. I got these war flashbacks to Lavenda from the LED with the pop of color, and I was like, is this also destined to come 22nd place? I'm not as invested in the I Don't Feel Hate as a song, so that's okay. But I love the tap break. I love what he stands for. It's interesting, he has this necklace that says annoying. In his press conference, he told us that he's wearing the necklace annoying because apparently that's what people call him, and he wanted to own it and put it on something beautiful, which is the necklace. So that's kind of nice. I think our echo is fixed, which is good. And it's quite funny, the person who is being the peace sign. Imagine that being your job. Yes, I was the peace sign on the Eurovision stage. There's some fun movement, and there's nice movement across the stage. Expensive looking LEDs. He looks good. He's sounding good. I love that in his little speech that he does at the end, he's not giving away what he's going to say. And I remember in this first rehearsal, he was saying, wiggle, 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 blah, 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 blah. You'll hear what I'm going to say on the 22nd of May. Blah, 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 blah. So we'll have to wait with bated breath to see what that will be. But yes, this is a song sent by Germany, and it's very colorful. And I don't want to give it hate because
he just feels lost.
He doesn't feel it. So I think it achieves what it sets out to do.
I just don't know. I mean, this song, it's okay when it comes to my Spotify randomly. I don't change it. For some reason, I don't change it. I stick to it till the very end. So I don't feel hate. It's a happy song. Like you really feel kind of happy when you listen to it. But this performance is not my thing at all. It doesn't look polished. It's just like really really amateur thing to do. I mean, I know that he's a great Eurovision fan, and he's actually one of those people whose dream was to come on Eurovision. But I don't think this is the right thing for him to. He waited for so long, and he came with this performance and this song. It's okay. He doesn't feel hate. He feels love. I have all my love for him, but for that performance, I didn't even notice that was the peace sign. I honestly thought that was the the middle finger sign, like the middle finger to the haters.
Apparently they weren't allowed or something.
Sorry?
Apparently they weren't allowed to bring the middle finger.
That's what I was like confused. I saw that and I was like, what is this, a middle finger or is it a peace sign? I don't know. But nevertheless, it's just not gonna do well. I don't feel like anybody's gonna really vote for this. Both juries and rarely the audience. So I don't know. Meh.
I would have to counter that and say I agree with a lot of what you said, but I see the Irish public voting for this in the televote. They're going to be like, oh, this is so fun. This is kind of wacky. This is what we come to Eurovision for. Another side note, I'm spotting someone in the chat with the surname Hulst, which is like really shook me because that's my surname and it's very unheard of in Ireland. So I'm wondering if you're German or Danish because we could be related. Hello. Also, somebody has asked, does anyone know if we're all in Rotterdam or are we attending the press conferences via the internet? So unfortunately this year, none of our team were in a position to travel to Rotterdam, of course, considering restrictions and the current situation. So yes, it is all currently online, but we do hope to bring you Eurovision content from the actual contest in future years, but just not for this year. Before we move along, Sandra, Emil, do you have any more thoughts about Germany?
Yes. I don't feel hate about the song, really. I love Jendrik. I mean, he's such a nice guy. He has a great humor. I think he has the best humor in this year's contest. I mean, if you follow him on Instagram, all of his videos that he shares, like I just watch them in the morning to be in a mood. Yeah, he's very engaging. He loves fans. Well, he's actually a Eurovision fan himself. Yeah. So he also like all of the topics that he brings with the song. I mean, with the body shaming, with homophobia, racism, sexism. It really stands out, I would say. But yeah, I mean, after the performances that I saw, maybe people will not really get along with the song. But however, I do think that it can do well with the televotes rather than with the juries, because I don't think this is a jury product, like, to be honest. But yeah, as you said that about Irish fans might go for it, like, and vote. I'm sure that some of the countries, like the voting, he will get the point. I don't really want him to be in the last position, like in the I want him at least to be in the middle because I think he really deserved that.
He's not gonna be in the last position. Georgia will.
Yeah, I mean not in last, but like in a last ones.
I know.
No.
Okay, my turn.
Yeah.
So this guy wanted to come on the Eurovision stage and have a blast and fulfill his dream. And that is exactly the energy he's bringing. And he's bringing fun. He's making people smile. He's making people feel good. His energy is infectious. And I'm so here for it. And I do appreciate the flavor that he's bringing to this year's competition. And I'm appreciating it. I mean, the whole package, it's just, I'm having fun. And from some entries, you do want that. I will not speculate where he will end up because I don't know how people are going to react to it. But I am confident that most of the emotion that he will invoke in people is positiveness, which I think people will want to feel. That's all I have to say.
It is a really positive performance. Like, as I said, like when you listen to song, it's really happy and he's really having a blast. Is it the best Eurovision performance? Absolutely not. But, you know, he's there to live his dream and we do have lots of love for him.
And we can totally feel with him about that dream. Imagine being there and just having a blast like that as a fan.
If I was there, I would not go with that type of song, but I would like give 100% to be like the next Sergei Lazarev or something like that. That's just me and my professionalism. But I mean, we're all different. We're all different. We all have different kind of vibe, and he has, you know, that happy, goofy vibe, and that's completely okay.
Yeah,
he's bringing professionalism, but a different type of professionalism. He's bringing
that's right.
Musical theater.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, Eurovision is a celebration, so he's bringing that colorful celebration.
He is really celebrating. He is really celebrating this event.
Let's hope the best for him.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who tune into Eurovision and they want to see something like that. You know, like a lot of people just want to see the party. I see an interesting comment here from hello. So Tears, I remember you from a past hangout. And I know you've told us you're from Cyprus, but you've said, as someone living in Germany, I can say I heard many positives about this song. People seem to enjoy it. So exactly echoing what everybody else here said. I mean, if he's making people feel positively, great. He's doing what he's set out to do.
And it does stand out as well. So it's definitely not one of those ones where it will just get forgotten. I think people are going to remember it. It's just whether people remember it in a good way and vote for it, or they just remember it as, I remember it, but I'm not going to vote for it kind of thing. So I think it will be interesting. You never know. It might have a complete huge televote for all we know. You know, honestly, I'm not like expecting anything. Anything can happen.
I mean, if Say Na 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 could have so many points 2 years ago, I mean, this is way, way better than that.
But you know what? Like, you know, Eurovision is a great platform. Not just, you know, that's why I'm kind of annoyed when you don't, you give 100%, but like you can really show more, because Eurovision is a great platform for you to show what you're capable of, not just to show your goofy side, but, you know, goofy can really be combined with something that a lot of people will consider, oh, wow, this is Lithuania. It's goofy, but it's really art. Let's face it, you know? So you can do both, but still remain in that artistic, space. For Germany, it's goofy, it's happy, but it doesn't have that artistic side. It's just a lot of things, you know, combined. And in the end, you have this whole mess. Okay, it is happy, but it's still a mess. And I wanted to say that Eurovision is a great platform for you to become a really relevant musician in your own country. You know what I mean? So a lot of people, you know, from Romania, from Serbia, they really become more recognized in their own countries after, you know, doing good in Eurovision. And this was his chance. He was not that famous before. This was his chance. And I don't think that he really took the chance in a way he was supposed to take it. But for himself, not for Eurovision, but for himself.
Yeah, but he was the one who wrote the song. He was the one that created the concept for the video. He was the one that created the concept for the live performance. How much more can he bring?
But is it good?
That's his art. That's his art. Well, it's his expression. He honestly expresses himself.
Yeah.
That is his expression.
Yes, but I do believe there is an upgrade and that we can always go beyond our maximum. That's what makes you, you know, that's what makes you great.
Well, either way, I think we're wishing him the best, and hopefully he'll be bringing something different to the show. But speaking of bringing something different to the show, I think we should move on, because we've got 5 more countries to discuss from rehearsals today. And I'd love to go next to our host country, the Netherlands. Do I have my flag handy? I do not. Unima broke on me. Jeangu, his song personally is in my top 10 this year. I adore it. After seeing the staging, I love it even more. Just every fiber, every bit of this performance is authentic Jeangu. It's pure art. It has so much of him in it. The fact that he's brought his twin brother on the stage, there's just this lovely chemistry that you can't possibly create with somebody. It's an organic thing that's there. And even after watching his press conference today and seeing how involved his 3 backing performers were in the creation of the song, it's just beautiful, so beautiful. There's this choir effect in the backing track, but as it transpires, it is actually only the 4 of them, and they have overlaid their vocals. The colors, the graphics are beautiful. Towards the end of the song, where he's singing about birth of a new age, and this black and white screen kind of smashes into this burst of color. It's so, so beautiful. I absolutely love the movement. I know Alicia Michelle talks a lot about meaningful movement, and I really see it here in this performance. It really flows through the backing performers and through Jeangu also. It's like this communal rhythm that they all have on the stage. And that is so difficult to do as a group. And they really have it. And ultimately, this isn't a winning song in terms of a competition, but what it does bring to the competition is a new language, which we didn't have before. So, Måns and Petra song Love, Peace, Peace, they'll have to add, that language into the list of languages that have been on the Eurovision stage. It brings a new tradition, a new culture that we really haven't seen before, new representation for people who may not have seen themselves on this worldwide platform before. And I have a huge amount of respect for it. So ultimately, I don't really care or mind where this comes, because in my mind, it's not a winning song. But I really just hope it's not in the bottom 5. I just really hope that this beautiful display of culture and tradition isn't, discarded by European fans. I really hope it gets some love that it deserves. And it's a really solid host entry, in my opinion. Yeah. Does anybody else have any thoughts on the Netherlands?
You want us to go in order, or just whoever steps in?
Whoever
steps in.
Okay, ladies first. So for me, the song didn't have an impact on me before I saw the live. And I can say those 30 seconds, the clip,
Same.
I only saw that. And I was like, oh my God, it really had an impact on me, and it left me wanting to see more.
Absolutely.
And the arm dance, the costumes, all of it really works live. The video, the studio version didn't have an impact on me, but I really felt what this song is trying to do when I saw it live.
I agree with you 100%. Like, I still don't care for the song that much. I see it as this, cultural culture, like the
display. Kind of.
Cultural display, and it is really unique, and I really respect it. As you said, Louise, we get a new language in Eurovision, all of that. But when I just, step outside of that and just think about the song by itself doesn't speak to me anything special. I don't feel it. It's not something I listen to it. But today, when I saw the second rehearsal, I was like, whoa, hold a moment. Like, this actually really looks good on the stage. First, his fashion, like, the guy looks on point. Like, that's one of the best costumes for men that I saw on stage. What can I compare it to? Nothing. Actually, that's my top 3 costumes for men this year. Camera work with that guy dancing. Everything was smooth, perfect, and it really left me wanting to see more and to see where that performance is going to be, even though I don't enjoy the song that much. Unfortunately, I don't believe that this is going to go too good with the audience, because this year has so many favorites already. Like, Netherlands, it kind of got late to the party with this. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of people will not recognize it as something they already heard, something they were listening to it, but it's definitely far away from failure. It's a complete success regarding the performance, and they got the maximum of it from this 30 seconds that I saw from today's rehearsal.
Yeah, I will continue. About the camera work that you mentioned, I saw like some close shots that they did with the dancers and even like with the artists. So this year we have many wide shots, which I don't really understand. Maybe it's a COVID thing that the cameraman cannot really approach the artist, like, not to transmit the virus. I don't know what's the point. But yeah, I was happy to see some some close shots about it. The song, like there's a thing that when the country wins Eurovision, and then for the next year, people sometimes ignore the song because they know that the country are going to be busy with the organization of the contest, and they're not really pay much attention to the song and everything. So I was kind of one of those people. But I mean, I've listened to the song once before I saw the performance. So I saw the performance. I actually loved it. The styling was on point. The dancer was really cool. It's very, I would say, unique, and it stands out among others. It's very artistic. It's very contemporary. I think jury is gonna go for it. I'm pretty sure. It's not one of my favorites. It's not in my top 10. Unfortunately, I probably wouldn't listen to it and wouldn't add it to my Spotify. But the quality, that's the word I want to use for the song, I guess. So it's great for the host country to bring something fresh and unique to the stage.
Yeah, I mean, I'd agree. I think before rehearsal started, I didn't pay too much attention to the song. Like, I liked it, but I didn't really listen to it. But I was just watching it earlier, and it's such a vibrant display of his voice sounds great, the dancing's great. Like, as a performance, it just made me feel really happy just watching it. And I love that the staging progresses. It kind of starts off as like, the LED's kind of grey, and then the end of it, they bring down the hanging LED, and it's great. And I just love that it's authentic, and that they've kind of gone, this is Jeangu, this is him, this is his story in a way, and we're gonna show the world this. And it just seems really authentic, and really, it's just nice. It's diversity at its best, having this kind of song in the contest. And yeah, I hope it does get respected by it to some extent, that it's not at the bottom. I don't think it will. I really don't. But you never know. But I'm really, really impressed with how they've translated the song on stage, and they've really kind of made it a whole performance. And in some ways, for me, the staging was the missing piece in the song. Yeah. It's really tied it all together. And yeah, I was just left feeling really happy after watching it.
It has a strong message, and the message is best conveyed live on the stage. I think it will have the greatest impact there. So it belongs there, and that's why it had such a big impact on all of us.
Well said. I agree with everything you guys have just said. And we should say that the Netherlands, because of the host entry, they have drawn to perform 23rd in the grand final of the contest. And we also didn't mention that Germany have drawn into the first half. Or second, sorry.
First?
Second half, I believe. Yes, they were early on.
Yeah, it was Spain and UK, wasn't it? That was first.
Yes. Yes. So also both of those countries are in the second half. So moving on to our next big six country, which to the delight of a lot of fans has also drawn into the second half and has recently in the odds, I know the odds don't predict everything, but it has moved into the top spot of the odds in recent days after we saw those rehearsals. Italy, Måneskin. I mean, All I can say is I'm not a huge rock person. I appreciate the song. It was middling in my ranking, perhaps 15th or 16th. After seeing that rehearsal, sitting on here with Julia and Danny the other night, the last 30 seconds gave me winning vibes.
The last
And it
30
was,
seconds are the winning seconds of 2021. Honestly.
the pyro, the everything. I love it. Well, Damiano, I hope I'm saying his name correctly. The lead singer's charisma is just electric. It just grabs you. And speaking of that, he moves around the stage and includes every single member of the group. He has so many moments. He has a moment with the female member of the band who's on bass. He has a member with the guitar, or he has a moment with the guitarist. He has a moment with the drummer. He has a moment with the camera, multiple moments with the camera. And then this raining pyro comes down and you feel like you're at a concert. You're no longer at the Eurovision Song Contest. You're at a Måneskin concert. And that to me is the sign of a winner. I mean, I can totally see why this has just skyrocketed up the odds. I think it deserves every bit of love that it gets. Whilst it's not my favorite song this year, I would be very happy to go to Italy next year. And I think a rock win in Eurovision, it's kind of overdue. I mean, I don't think it would do any harm to the contest. But I would love to know what you guys think, and chat as well. Let us know what you think.
You know what? We're not in the era where rock music is the most popular music, but we must not forget that it was like what pop or maybe rap or trap is today. It doesn't matter. I love that Måneskin is bringing us back to the era where the rock music was considered as the highest quality of music that can be. They really have just what you said. It's not when they perform, it's not Eurovision. The stage is theirs. They completely own it. Nothing else matters at that point. Which running order are they? Who comes before? Who comes after them? It doesn't matter. They are the winning act of last year, and they're just there to perform what they prepared us in the meantime. You know what I mean? But it's not in the bad way. For example, with UK, we're gonna go that later. UK is just there doing nothing special. Like the intervene act, you will use to go to the toilet. But this grabs your attention 100%. The energy they all have combined together is insane. Combined with the Pirates is even more effective. And I feel like he is the anchor of the energy they all have together. Like he really transmits that to us. So sexy, I must say. The word here is really sexy. Plus the fashion, Italian fashion. Like, oh my god! Like I cannot even choose what was better. Was there, San Remo's semifinal the best? Then you got the finals. Then we have the first rehearsal. Then I got the second rehearsal. What's gonna happen in the final? Like I'm all there for the gender fluidity in fashion, which they serve. The song by itself, I can talk about it for the longest time in the world. I would be more than happy to see this winning, because this you said you're not a rock fan. I'm not a rock fan either, but for this type of thing, for this type of performance, you don't need to be a rock fan to enjoy it, because you just sit and you're like parla dun 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 par. It just makes you like go vibe with him, you know what I mean? So it's top 3 for sure. Is it gonna be him, France? I don't think it's gonna be Malta, we'll see, but between him and France, it's gonna be a tight battle.
Okay, Stefan, first of all, I have a beef with you.
Okay.
I would appreciate it if you stop stealing my thoughts 100% of the time. Could you please stop doing that? Literally, as you were talking, like, that's what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to say. Now, what am I going to say, Stefan? What am I going to say?
You first next time, Sandra. Sandra first next time.
I'm so sorry for that. Well, I'm the anchor. I'm the anchor for the Balkan opinions.
So the only thing, you also said that. Never mind.
Sandra, are we going to Italy next year?
This is, I think this is their year. I think it's high time for Italy to win again. They so deserved it. In the last 10 years, there was not one miss from them. This is the year for them to win, and this is the year for rock to win. And I'm here for it. And I can't say anything else because Stefan already said everything. So
I wanted to say one more thing. You can see how excited I'm. This is one of those performances where I can show my non-Eurovision friends, and I would be so proud. Like, look what we have on Eurovision stage. And
my husband went crazy for them. He's a rock fan. I'm a rock fan, and my husband is literally fangirling. When he listens to them, it's crazy.
Plus, they're like, they were born in 2000s. I mean, how is that even possible? How can you have such a mature energy on stage, like to be a rock star so young? They are rock stars, guys.
Did you hear that they wrote that song when they were 15, 16 or something?
Sorry?
They wrote that song when they were 15 or 16. They're super young. Super young.
Incredible.
And talented.
Because I believe that because they really have a good connection between themselves, So that's what makes everything so special. You can see the bond they have. And when Damian, what is his name? When he grabs his grabs his head,
he's grabbing the televote. He's like, vote for us.
Yeah, so good. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna stop now.
How can such young people bring so much old school energy and so mature, sexy energy as well? Like. They bring back the sex and the rock and roll, like I am so here for it. Yeah, thank you.
All right, Matt and Emil, we're gonna stop.
Can you clean up?
Would
like
you
the
please
chaos
give
we all
us the stage?
Yeah, I mean,
continue,
to that, if we're talking the song alone, it's not my favorite, but what is great is the band themselves, and when they perform, and I just love the chemistry that is so clear that it just comes across so easily on stage, and the pyro, and I think it's great as well that there is a rock song that is predicted to win. It's just nice to have something like that as a favorite. If it will win, I still don't know about that, but I was really pleasantly surprised by the performance because I watched Sanremo, and I wasn't it wasn't my favorite in Sanremo, but I can see why people love it so much because it really is just a great performance, and the song is great as well. I think it's rock, but it's still kind of accessible. It's not off-putting. It's not hard to listen to. It's nice to listen to. So I think definitely top 5. If it wins, I mean, I'm up for a holiday in Italy, so I'm not complaining.
It's right next door for me, so I'm up for going there.
And it's cheaper than France, let's face it.
Yes.
Emil, any final thoughts on Italy?
I think I love the song. It's in my top 5. I think it's going to be the case as happened with manga. Lots of people were thinking that they're going to win. I guess they will. I love them. I love everything about them. But I mean, as we said, lots of Eurovision fans and people who watch it, I wouldn't say lots of, but the majority, let's say, they're not really rock fans. And I understand that this is accessible rock and we really enjoy that, but would it be enough for people just say, oh, I love it and let's vote for it? So I think that people are really going to enjoy it. They're not going to go to the toilet or something. They're going to sit and watch the full performance. I'm not sure about the voting, how they're going to, it's like a call to action to that. But I definitely see them in top 3. I hope they're not top 5, but like top 3. I really wanted to like 2nd or 3rd place, as they did in 2019. So they're still going to be like, in the top positions. And also the winner, like we see like the bookies' favorite, it's constantly changing.
It
Like you
is.
see,
Yeah.
it's what
Yeah.
it's Malta, then you see it's France, then Italy. I think it's gonna be like a surprise winner this year.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure who's gonna win, to be honest. I don't know if I mean, yeah. So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I love them. It's such an energy song that you really enjoy watching. And yeah, I mean, some rock in Eurovision, it never hurts, you know.
Makes for a very exciting contest. So then we're moving along to another big six country in the second half. And I know we said we go to Sandra first, but just for this one, and I will come to Sandra next, so that Stefan doesn't steal
It's
your
fine.
thoughts.
It's
But
fine.
I'm aware that Matt is a big France stan among us, so I would like to go to Matt first. Can you please lead us into the world of Barbara Pravi?
Same.
Yeah. So the winner of 2021 Eurovision is Barbara. I have decided.
Me too.
It's-
Announcement.
yeah, that exclusive right there. You know, this is it. It's just stunning. The song, the staging, Barbara herself, everything is just. It's very very French, but it's in a way that it's still like it's a good song as well. Like I love the song. I listen to it quite a lot. Barbara's great. The staging it's basically the same as the national final, and I think that's good. I think that if they'd have done anything else, because I think people loved it so much from that staging, is what really got people kind of interested in it. So if they had changed it, I think it would have lost its edge a bit. So it's great that they kept it. Barbara sounds amazing every single time. I've never heard her sing a note that's out of tune. Like she is just phenomenal. And yeah, I genuinely believe that France have got this. I know there's obviously other contenders, but I just have a gut feeling. Also, I've got a bet on France, so I'm kind of fingers crossed on that end as well. But it's the closest thing to perfection, is what it is. I like it.
You all know my thoughts about France. If anybody has doubts about how strongly I feel about the song and how clever I think it is and how big of a masterpiece I think this is. They can go and check out the reaction for France of this year on this channel. But every time I watch her perform, and now even those 30 seconds, they really move me. I can see raw emotion
Yes.
in every cell of her body, every movement she makes on the stage, the way she delivers the lines. It's just, hits me right in the heart. And I would not be mad if she won either. This is what a year. That's all I have to say.
She is everything Switzerland wanted to be this year. Let's face it. Pure, raw emotion. That's right. And the song by itself, you don't even need to see the performance to love the song. I listen to this song on my earphones all the time. Like when I go on the street, I'm just like, voila! I have the need to do the thing with my arms. It moves me. It moves every bit of my body. And it is my favorite to win. I already said this in a few of the hangouts. I put my money on France. I believe that it should win because it deserves. And one more thing here for all of you out there, I want to fill you in with some Eurovision knowledge. Barbara Pravi's grandpa is actually Serbian. So if she wins, she's going to make Serbia proud too. Nevertheless, I do have a little constructive criticism regarding the 30. Okay, hi, Owen. I do a little constructive criticism regarding the 30 seconds video I saw today. First of all, I preferred her outfit from the national finals. It's pretty much the same, but I believe that she had something on her face that was quite effective on the national finals. Second thing, the camera movement, it was way much more intense in the national finals. Like it was really shaking more, and it gave me more tension while I was watching it. So I would love them to make it more tense in that part for the camera movement. But I would love this to win. I would be so much proud. People compare
Not just for the money, though, right?
Not just for the money, because I really, really enjoy it, and I do see as a piece of art and a raw emotion. One more thing, a lot of people compare this to when Portugal won with Sobral. For me, I hated Sobral's song. That was one of those things. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the song. Everything about it was too forced for me. But this is like 10 levels above that. So if it's 10 levels above that, then it is a contender for a win.
All right. Can we just all agree what a great top 5 we have this year? I mean, when was it last time that like all of them were like bringing such a great songs to the competition? Barbara is just a masterpiece. Like Voilà is from the beginning, since the beginning, it was one of my favorites. It's my second favorite now after Belgium, of course. Belgium was always my favorite. Yeah. So I'm gonna vote for her from Malta. I hope Malta gives her many points.
Buy some more SIM cards.
Yeah. And I'm gonna force all of my friends to vote for her, even non-Eurovision friends. I think she deserves. I think France this year really deserves winning. It's such a great song. And although the staging, I was a bit concerned about the staging before I saw it. I saw like they're gonna do something wrong about it. But then I was expecting like very intimate shots. I kind of got them, but not fully. Maybe just like, it was only 1 minute video, say what we can really say. I'm really excited to see the full performance. Do we know in which part she's going to perform?
Second half as well.
The second half. So
Awesome.
it's great. I think this will work for her.
Be a great ending act.
Oh, yeah.
She can be a winner. I see her as a winner this year.
It truly could be. Hello, Tokyo. Thank you for joining us this evening. That's so cool. I don't think I've ever seen someone from Japan. That's awesome.
No.
I'm just searching for another interesting comment. So I have to agree with everything you guys said. I know there's a lot of French fans here, more so than I. Ultimately, I think the French did the right thing by not taking the national final staging and tweaking it too much, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It was great in the national final, so there's no point in putting too much in and then it falling apart at actual Eurovision. I'm really happy to see that they just took what they had, copy pasted, and they've done it well. That's what I like to see. Also, how iconic would it be if she won, because she had a part to play in the junior Eurovision winning entry, and then you've got like this double French thing going on. Like, I don't know if anybody else would ever have claim to that. I think that would be a first.
So Destiny would not be the only double winner, junior and adult.
Well, it would be the first songwriter. And then obviously Destiny winning is also iconic, the first performer. And I see this comment here from Ayub, hello, that about how Netherlands haven't won for 44 years, and Jamala, and now France haven't won in 44 years. Well, from watching the press conference today, Barbara made me laugh so much. And I know we spoke about this, Matt, because a journalist asked Barbara how she felt about Marie Miriam only giving her 1 point in the national final jury. And Barbara goes, actually, two points. And she corrected the journalist and said, actually 2 points. But she was so gracious speaking about Marie. And she said, I have so much respect for the madame, and I will send her flowers when I come home from Eurovision. And Barbara's a very gracious person. I think she's just an excellent representative for France. And I'm just loving this redemption era that France are having. I'm just so here for it. It's like other Western countries, please look at what France are doing and how they are treating the competition, and do the same, please. Ireland, UK, I'm looking at you. Spain, you also, I just think it's great. But moving on to a country I have just mentioned, Spain, which has drawn for the first half. Anybody who knows me, I'm usually a big Spanish fan. I love Spain in the contest. That's no different this year. Blas Cantó's effort is in my top 10. I love how vulnerable he is. I love how emotional he is and how personal this song is to him. I'm so happy RTVE have actually staged this beautifully. So often they muck up the entries that I love so much on the stage, and they either put too much or too little on. They've done it really nicely here. They have the planet burning in the background, as they did in that chaotic national final that we had earlier on in the year. And now they have brought this huge moon, which is actually a tangible moon. So it's like a big balloon that blows up. Apparently it's 6 meters long.
And apparently it's 600,000 euros worth. So think about that too.
That is a lot of euro. It's yeah, wow. And, you know, overall, the staging's looking beautiful. It's like Blas is singing to us from the galaxy. My one little thing would be from today, I was missing the smoke. I think they need to get the smoke back out on the stage to add to that mysterious, beautiful element, because at times, and Emil earlier mentioned wide shots, we were getting these wide shots and I was like, nah, it's not doing it for me. We've now left this, we've left space. I want to go back to space. Don't take me out and show me the arena, because I'm in Blas's world in the galaxy. But overall, I think it's a good effort from Spain. It's not going to break any curse that they're having. I don't think this is going to be a top 10, unfortunately. I don't think it's going to be a hit the ground running result for them, but Blas is very loved, and I hope he does Spain proud. Would you agree, Emil, or how do you feel?
I really say for the last 1 month, I would say, like, I see people, like, when they see Spain, they always say, oh yeah, it's going to be like last place. It's going to be like at the end of the table. I really hate that. That just people, it's like I don't know, it's like a stereotype that people, when see Spain and Spanish songs, they all go like nuts. I do like the song. It's such a nice ballad, actually. And, you know, we have many bops this year. And this year I call them adrenalina songs. We have so much of them. So it's a really nice ballad, and I think it can stand out. And with the way he performs, he really feels the song. I mean, even in one of his interviews, he mentioned that he really gets very emotional and he wants to cry every time he sings it. It's so touchy. It's amazing. I'm not sure how it's going to do, to be honest, in the final, because it's always a surprise about Spain. Say, will people vote for it or not? But yeah, I like the song. It's not in my top 10, but yeah, I do like Spain this year. Again, like this year's top 5, I enjoyed them all. So yeah.
I love the comment. Like somebody said, is the moon real?
Yes, they brought down the real milk. They threw up some rope and they pulled it down, and they were like, "Come on!"
How much it costs? It could be, you know.
Yeah.
That was expensive to bring it there.
Mm-hmm.
How did they even bring it?
It's Eurovision.
Astronauts. Thank you, NASA.
No, if I may add, it is a nice song. It is really a nice ballad, and the staging is. It's a beautiful staging, honestly. One of the best stagings probably this year. It's awesome. I don't think it's gonna go well with the audience. Maybe with the juries it will, but it's definitely gonna be in the bottom half. But it's a nice song. I'm still when it comes to Spain, I'm still at like La Vendaya Cayo. I'm still there, and I want that to repeat. Like, I don't even understand. Like, Spain has Spanish music is good. It's like Spain is a fun country. Yeah. I want to see that on Eurovision. I never see that type of thing on Eurovision with Spain. I don't know. I don't understand how is that possible. But this year it's a nice ballad, but not something I want from Spain. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd agree. I think it's very nice. The stage is very nice, and the message of the song is nice too. But I don't know. There's just something about it that it just doesn't interest me. I have no desire to like listen to the song. But you know, he can sing great, and they can deliver a great performance in the grand final. And you know, there's nothing wrong with it. It just, for me, it just doesn't emote anything in me to want to vote for it, or it's just nice. It's nice to watch. It's just meh.
Nice to watch. That's
Yeah, it's like it's good
perfect.
for the TV.
Yeah.
For me, this song makes me cry every time I listen to it. I relate to it a lot. The same sense of longing for the sense of loss, and I never think past it. I don't even care about the staging. The way he delivers, I totally feel what he's feeling. I relate so much to what he's trying to do. And it has a really personal impact on me. For me, this song is the way I experience this song. It's outside of the competition. I don't see it as an entry. It just makes me feel things, and I appreciate it for it, and I appreciate how Blas is delivering it.
What's your sign, Sandra? I got curious when you were talking about this song. I was like, is she a Pisces or a Cancer, something like that?
No, I'm a Leo.
Oh, I love Leos.
I'm royalty, the king of the jungle.
And what
So
about
you
the
are a fire sign.
Who, me?
Yeah, I'm also a fire sign.
Which one?
Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius are all fire signs, so we've got that kind of bit of passion in us. Yeah.
Fuego.
Fuego. Sandra, I have to echo everything you said was so spot on. Really, it was, and I agree with you. And I really think after the last year of hardship, a lot of people have had, a lot of people will relate to Blas as well. And I loved what you said, that it's outside of the competition. I agree. I don't necessarily see this as a competitive song.
I'm
so
having a personal moment. Personal moment while I'm listening to it. It's it's an intimate moment for me. I don't even analyze the staging or whatever, or and some songs will do that to you, and it based on your personal experience, they will awaken something in you, and this is the song that does that for me. So I'm
100%.
here for it. Yeah.
Love that. I see someone else in the chat has said that they're an Aries, so fire. And speaking of fire, we move to our final Big Six country, Embers from the UK, which has also been drawn for the first half. But there's no fire. And the question on every Eurovision fan's lips for the last few days has been, where is the pyro? We want
firefighters came.
the pyro. And James's response in the press conference was he kind of played it off this jokey. He didn't want his jacket to go on fire. I mean, completely fair enough. There was also rumors flying that there's polystyrene trumpets, that the trumpets are made of polystyrene, that they're highly flammable. I love this song. This song is also in my top 10. It's a party bop. If I were to go on holidays anytime soon, I would have it playing and playing, sipping my cocktail, by the pool, having a boogie. For me, all I have to say about the UK entry is, and I honestly always wish the best for the UK as my neighbours, but there's two major problems. And the first, as I mentioned, is the lack of fire in this song about fire. Can you imagine Fuego if there had been no pyro in Fuego? It's just unimaginable. And number two, this like very pleasant do 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 that the dancers does not cut it. That is this song. I want the choreography to be in my face. I want the dancing to be like I'm in the club and I'm having a great time with my friends and we're really giving the dancing our everything. And just I feel really sorry for James. He doesn't deserve this level of staging in my mind. I think the song is good quality. James is great. He's such a nice person. He has a good voice. And it's, for me, I unfortunately was just left a little bit underwhelmed after this performance. But Matt from the UK, what are your thoughts on your entry?
Yeah, I have to agree with you. You know, the song itself is one of my favorites actually this year. It's very UK. It's the kind of things that I like to listen to, and
It's a chart
popular.
song in Ireland and the UK. I think that's fair to say. Like that would come on the radio here.
Oh yeah, easily. And I think it's been on, unless I've made this up, I think it was on a TV program at some point in the back in that. It's just very, very current. The stage. To that, the staging. I love the big trumpets. I think it's fun. I was expecting there to be pyro. I was watching the third run through, and I was like, this is the one. This is when we're going to get some pyro. And there just wasn't any. And it would just suit the song so well to have some. But a part of me is thinking, is maybe, are they trying to just, is there going to be something at the very end that they're going to, because we did a hangout with James, and correct me if I'm wrong, I might just be making things up again, but I'm sure that he kind of hinted that we were going to get pyro. So I'm confused.
I just don't know why he would say no in the press conference if it's not the case.
My only thought would be that they've seen that it's kind of they want to have that last minute push of excitement, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if we put the pyro aside and we put the dancers aside, because I agree with you, they kind of just do this and that. Then I want to see some proper like choreo. I want to see some proper dancing on stage, and they just But put that aside, and I like the staging. I think it's nice. I think it's fun. It's I think some people I've seen some people online, I think they're being a little bit too harsh on it actually. I think some people have gone, there's no pyro, it's ruined, the whole thing's over. It's we're not talking about the songs change because there's no pyro. I think the song is still good, and James is great, but we're just watching him, he smiles the whole way through, and it's nice, and I really just hope that it does well. I mean, but mainly because I'm bored of the constant negativity around. I just know that if it comes in the end, it'll be typical Eurovision, the UK's done it again, and I just kind of want just to shut them all up and just say, no, we've actually done well this time. So if you're watching, you can vote for us. It's fine. We will be very appreciative. Thank you very much. I hope it does well. I really do. It's a good song.
President. Yes.
Okay. Can I go next?
Yeah.
Of course.
Muchas gracias. So let me just start by saying, can we just really appreciate, let's not focus on what it doesn't have. What it does have is a serious effort from UK. It is a serious effort, and it is the first song that I've actually put on my playlist, which says a lot. And they have a good performer, a good song, modern contemporary song, which is very unusual for UK. They make an effort every 5 years or so. So I am really appreciating it, and I hope it's the beginning of a new era for UK. That's all I have to say.
You know what? I still think that UK dolls would be a better fit for
Stefan.
No,
Don't do this to us. Don't do this.
No, I'm just kidding. No, this is Matt was like, oh please.
Please, no.
You don't think that Ding Dang Dong Sing Song would be a great show?
No, you're sounding like a local.
Oh, he pulled the local card on you.
Oh,
no.
I'm sorry, that's really offensive. I take it back.
No. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, it would not be a better fit. I mean, the song, this song is really a radio friendly song. It's something you can hear on the radio while you're driving the car, and it's gonna lift up your mood, and that's awesome. But when you were talking about fire, like there were no pyros, the bigger problem there is that I don't see fire in him, unfortunately, in that performance. It is nothing's bad, it's good for you, especially as you said, UK really put some effort this time, and it's definitely not. It's somewhere in the middle this year, it's not in the bottom half. So, which is a step forward for UK, but it's still not something too memorable. Of course, Matt, you're from UK, and you think about this in a more personal way. Just for example, last year when I had Kruna, and I was like, "Whoa, this is so good," but it was really a mediocre thing, you know. The same is with Embers, radio friendly song that you can forget like this. So that's that type of song that something we, just like you said, something that is very popular right now, current, which means it is the mass production, and a lot of people, you will hear a lot of artists doing the same thing in order to get the views, to get, you know, easy access to the radio. And this is that type of song, and it could be better. It not could be better, it could be elevated, let's say, if the performance was more, not fire when it comes to pyros, but fire when it comes to choreography in your face, you know. Trumpets, I'm okay with the trumpets, but nothing's happening, they're just hanging there, you know. So it's like, do we even need the trumpets? Maybe it was better if there were the actual trumpets player who would do some choreography with it, you know, something to bring more energy and all of that. From the 30 seconds video I saw today, I was kind of lacking it, but you know, it's still a good song. It's a good song that you cannot say anything bad about it. It's just somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, I am very, 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 very proud of UK this year. James is just bringing it to say, I didn't really care that what he's going to do in the stage, because I love the song and I know that he's going to deliver it. He's such a great artist. He's well known. I would disagree about Embers. I think it stands out as a song that UK was bringing for not many years, for the last, let's say, years. And people will remember that. I'm so happy that UK it has a real chance to be in a first half of the final scoreboard. I think last time we had them, it was Blue in 2011, I guess.
No, it was actually, I will never give up on you. When was that?
2017.
17. Okay.
Okay. So yeah. I think it's radio-friendly song. It is. I listen on it on my Spotify, and maybe but I haven't seen the full performance. I cannot tell about how it's going to be, but he's a great singer, and I wish like the best of luck for him. And I'm gonna vote for him. Yes, I will.
I love this song so much. It's in my top 10, and I don't mean to be too negative about it, but I guess that, especially considering it's drawn the first half, I see this being forgotten with that staging, which is unfortunate. But unless it opens the final, I think that would be the best possible scenario for the UK, because I think opening Eurovision after 2 years off, people are going to be like, woo, party, this trumpet, it's like, yeah, let's go, you know. And I think that would help when it comes to the recaps. Like, first on, trumpets, UK, cool, throw them a few votes. I hope for the UK's sake that they don't come later on in the running order. Like, I think if it's middle of the pack and we have such strong heavy hitters in the second half to come, I'd just be worried for their placing. And like, really, ultimately, Eurovision, it doesn't hugely matter as well every year, year in, year out, what result you get. But I just think I'm coming from an Irish perspective. For Ireland and the UK, our placings just tend to be more important because of how awful the public perception is here. And like Matt has alluded to it, like, and it's particularly bad in the UK given the political climate and all that, which we don't need to get into. But like, I just think it would really have helped the UK to have gotten a stronger staging and maybe a stronger result this year. But I mean, we'll see. You don't know. Like, Matt, maybe you're right. Maybe they're going to just shock us on the night and there's going to be fire everywhere.
Yeah, it's been only 1 minute.
I want to address one comment from DF. It's just initials. So I feel like the BBC will see this as a turning point for the UK due to the positive feedback they're getting. Yes, exactly. I agree with that, because I think the BBC, from the feedback from social media, people were at least talking about, there was a buzz about a UK entry, which is not something that happens for the UK. And I think this will be a good lesson for them to what was right and what wasn't. At least people are talking about it, you know. They have it in their playlist. They are saying it's one of their favorites. I mean, it's rare that it happens for a UK entry.
Yeah.
So it's a vast improvement.
Mhm.
Vast improvement.
Yeah, and I just want to add, you know, like especially I remember after 2019, you know, lots of people were just at the BBC just telling them, you know, send something that actually represents the music that we listen to, and they've done that. You know, regardless of, you know, if you like the song or not, or if, you know, how it does, you know, they have listened and they have gone, right, 2019, you decide, you know, it didn't work. So they've gone, right, you know, we're going to get the record label, we're going to change things up. So they are trying. I think some people are very quick to have a go at the BBC when things aren't going right. And maybe it should be a bit more immediate, you know, maybe you should just have that 1 year and you send it all right and it's perfect and bam, you've won. But it's not always like that. And I think it is a case of, especially with public opinion and building up that kind of a more positive attitude towards it, it's going to take time, and it needs that first good result to properly get things moving again and get things, you know, the perception to change. So I'm remaining positive and hopeful, and I don't see why a jury wouldn't want to vote for this. You know, it's
Exactly.
It's current, it's modern, it's UK sounding, it's, you know, it's got good credentials for songwriting, you know. So we will wait and see.
It has done well, like in a couple of fan juries and polls. Like, for example, Eurovoix had a Euro jury, and it didn't do too badly at all in the jury vote. So hopefully that's a good indicator. And also, Matt, I don't know if you watched Love Island or if any of the rest of you do, or any of the viewers in the chat, but this to me is like, this is so going to be on an episode of Love Island, this song. Like, as soon as I heard it, I was like, Love Island banger, yes. Like, it's that kind of UK sound.
But things that are on Love Island end up on the charts.
Exactly.
People listen. There's loads of songs, I can't think off the top of my head, but there are loads of songs that have been on that, and people have gone, oh, I like that. You know, people are Shazam.
Ray Ridings became famous because of Love Island.
You know, so that's a sign, you know, that it's I think it's good actually, because it is for sort of my generation. Yeah, it's my generation. I mean, my friends, they don't have a clue what Eurovision is. They've never heard of it, or they've watched it maybe once with their mum 10 years ago, whatever. It's about getting my generation kind of into it, and I'm going to make all my friends watch it on the final on Saturday, and they're going to enjoy it. They will enjoy it. I'm going to make sure they do.
We love that. Well,
with alcohol.
Yes, with lots of alcohol.
Accompanied with that, of course.
So, shall we vote now who will qualify to the grand final?
Hot take, but I think all of them.
All of them deserve.
Well, the question has been put to the chat, and it might be nice if we run around and say who our favourites are from the Big Six. Sandra, do you want to go first?
Oh, yeah. Italy, France and Italy, definitely. I cannot decide who I'd be happier for if they won. Like, I don't know. Like, both of them are worthy winners, and I'd be happy for them both. And also, I would say Spain, but I mean, it's just the way I experienced the song. Yeah.
Emil, what about you?
France. I think it will be France, because since the beginning, this was in my top. So yeah, I would go for France.
Stefan.
I agree with Sandra 100%. France or Italy, but I would give a small advantage to France, because Voilà is
because of the money.
Because of
Not about the money.
Jokes on you, honey. Because I'm both on Italy and France.
That's not how it works, Stefan. That's not how it works.
No, I'm giving the small advantage to France because I take it more personal. Voila is something we can all connect to when you see the translation of the song. And, you know, like, here I am, this is who I am, take it or leave it. So it's really empowering and not forced. empowering but not forced. Raw.
Plus, she's half Serbian.
What? And she's half Serbian, yes. That too. So friends.
What about you, Matt?
Yeah, you know, I every year I love the French entries and I vote for them every year. And this is another example of something that's getting my vote. And this is my favorite. And yeah, I think it can win. I think it really, really is in. I do sometimes worry though, especially with France and Italy. Actually, there's loads of hype, but it doesn't always translate in the. Like I remember last year or 2019 with Bilal Hassani. You know, he was at this time he was number 5 in the odds, but he came. It was right-hand side of the scoreboard, I think.
16th or 17th.
Yeah.
Something.
So there is a part of me that does worry if.
But why was he ever in the top 5? Come on. It's not the same. It's not the
same. The song.
Bilal's song was perfect. I think it was the matter of staging that they did bad. But yeah, the song was amazing.
I love everything about it.
We got a super chat from Satiris. Thank you so much again.
Thank you.
Lovely with the last day. Thank you so much. Another great live session with you guys. Thank you so much for keeping us company. So excited about this year. Much love. And much love to you.
Thank you so much for keeping us company as well.
Yes. Yeah. And I've been saying this nearly every time I'm on, but I just love seeing the same names in the chat, and it's like this lovely community, and we're getting to know everybody. It's so nice. Thank you so much. That is so kind of you. We love being here. So yeah, thank you so much. Much love to everybody in the chat, and don't forget before we go to quickly fill in who your favorites from the Big Six are, and you Satiris as well. I have like 4 answers to this, which like I can't do that.
So, one.
Taking off my like Louise hat, okay? So putting on my like Eurovision hat, I'm like, yeah, okay. Like Italy and France are the most likely contenders. I'm like so cool with either of them winning. I think they're such quality. They're amazing. They both, in their own respective ways, deserve to win. I'd be so happy to go to Italy or France next year. However, putting my Louise hat back on, I love Spain so much. It's just so much of what Sandra said resonated with me. Yes, like it's so personal. It's so true to Blas. It's so emotional. I love it. I'd have to say the Netherlands because of how much I connect with it, and because somebody mentioned in the chat earlier they felt honored watching it. That's exactly how I felt watching the rehearsals of the Netherlands, and it's just something that we've never seen. So for that reason, it really stands out to me. But I think overall we should say that I don't think the Big Six, they've been criticized in recent years for taking advantage of their automatic spot in the final. But this year it just doesn't feel like that, does it? It feels like
Could you ever imagine us not being able to choose like one favorite from them?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, I could have never imagined that this would happen, but all made serious efforts, winner potential efforts. Like they put in the work, and it is to be appreciated, I think.
Yeah.
In the end of the day, it is a competition, and it is what makes it more tense and fun. And I am there for it. I want to see desiring everybody to win.
Yes.
Because when you are driven by that, you get a good result in the end.
Yeah, you don't want to see 5 songs in the final just getting lost there. Like, what am I doing here? Who sent somebody?
Like
sent me? I don't know.
5. You don't want that.
Yeah. Like they didn't behave like automatic qualifiers this year. They didn't behave like that, and I think they should keep doing this. This is appreciated, very much appreciated.
Italy's been doing it. Now,
Italy is a different story. Italy is on a different planet.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Maybe this is their year to be the bride.
Yeah, like I said, this is the year. I think this is the year. Italy is my winner almost every year, so I'm always happy to see them win.
Well, this has been really, really fun. Thank you so much to everybody here, all of our reactors. Thank you so much to everybody in the chat for joining us. We love chatting with you as always. Before we go, what do we have to plug for tomorrow? We've got our Eurovision Hub scoreboard. At what time, guys?
8 European time. I think. But you can set your reminders if
Yeah,
you go on
set
to
your
the
reminder.
thingy. So
Yes.
stay
And
tuned.
Yes, stay tuned. And to quickly explain for anyone who doesn't know what that is, we have a reactor vote where we gave our 1, 2, and so on to 8, 10, 12 points. That's being compiled into one scoreboard. And then the viewer vote, which we asked you guys for a couple of weeks ago, is being added in. Duncan Lawrence won our scoreboard in its first year. John's Tears won last year. So who will win this year? Let's find out tomorrow evening. But until then,
we are as eager to find out
Yeah,
as you are.
none of us know. So
We don't know.
None of us knows.
and I can tell you it's very, very close. Very close.
So
stay
you know
tuned.
who won?
Maybe. We'll find out tomorrow. We will find out tomorrow. Thanks,
She
guys.
knows that she doesn't remember.
Take care.
Thank you,
Bye.
Thanks for
guys.
watching.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.